Hi there, everybody. So today happens to be my father's yard site. Chaim, I think you might have met my father. He actually gave a hesped at your grandfather's funeral in Israel, your mother's father. It happens to also be Lior's birthday. My father died on Lior's Hebrew birthday, and actually my mother died on Ariel's English birthday. Okay. Let me get to the point. So this is a double parsha. The first parsha is Matos, and it's really, I entitled it, Life as a Test, Wealth as a Test, You Flunked. I don't mean to be pessimistic, but this is talking about the fundamentals of accumulating wealth, and a lot has, if you ask a financial advisor, he'll tell you it has to do with your balance of your portfolio. He'll tell you it has to do with risk tolerance and all kinds of things like that. But you see from the story here at the very end of the book of Bamidbar that there was a war against the Midyanim, and these two tribes, Reuven and Gad, accumulated a tremendous amount of cattle. And the only way you can get rich off cattle is to, give them good grazing area and let them multiply. And so it happened to be that the area which they took over, which was on the other side of the Jordan River, where the Jews were going to cross eventually into the promised land, into Israel. So this area where they were standing now had tremendous grazing area. So you'd think it would be unbelievable nerve to do this, but they asked Moshe Rabbeinu, they said, can we stay here and set up shop here, and I know that this whole journey was to get us into the promised land, but can we just stay here and build something for our cattle to graze and for our wives and children, and we'll live here? And Moshe, of course, was shocked, and he said, you're ruining the morale of the entire Jewish people. We're about to cross over, and you're not going to join us. And then they said, and it's hard to know if they meant this the whole time or it was part of a negotiation, but they said, no, we will cross over with you. We're going to leave our wives and children here with the cattle. We'll fight the war. We will not even come back until the whole land is divided and given to each tribe. Then we'll come back here. But first, we're going to build pens for our cattle, homes for our wives and children. And then Moshe corrected them as to the correct order. They should have first said homes for our wives and children and pens for our cattle. So you see that their mind was really on the cattle and on wealth preservation. Now, interesting, so the commentaries in the Midrash say that this was all a test. In fact, one Midrash even says that God wanted this side of the Jordan River to be populated, but this was a test. For what reason and how would it play out? Could have played out in many ways. And this was a test they flunked because they were just interested in their wealth. They thought their wealth came from the cattle that they just got from the Midianites that they conquered. And they didn't realize that everything comes from God, and faith in God and knowing that it comes from God is a test. And that's how you actually have any wealth at all. And that's how you preserve your wealth, is knowing where it came from, acknowledging that God gave it to you. That is the real trick of wealth preservation, and not just grabbing this opportunity and let the whole nation and their whole mission, tough luck for you. I'm gonna, here's a good place for my cattle to graze. Anyway, so it's a very fundamental lesson in life. I actually end up by saying that the secret of wealth preservation is very difficult, yet very simple. Believing in God, knowing it all came from God. So, very much again, love to hear from everybody. Thank you so much. Kol Tuv, bye-bye.